days, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to jump on and have another conversation. In today's conversation, we're going to talk about who you're becoming as you keep doing your job, right? Who are you becoming as you continue to do your job? I think this is very important for you and I to both think about as we go about life doing our job, whatever your job may be. Um, it's important to still think about who you're becoming as you do that job. I've talked about what I do, insurance. It's not exciting, it's not fun. Most people don't want to talk about it, let alone go out and get a license and say, this is what I do, right? But part of this conversation, I want you to think about other things that you could be doing as a result of the skill sets that you're developing on your job. That's really the focus here today. So I'm going to use my personal experience, my job, and tell you a story about what's happening outside of my job and how it relates to my job. And hopefully we can share connection. And with the information, you can look in your job, you can look in your situation and say, okay, maybe there's some things I've been missing about how I could be looking at my job, looking at the activities, looking at the growth potential, looking at things that could be changing for me for the better as I continue to do my job. The biggest thing that I see when it comes to job, and I was watching something that said, you know, jobs aren't all bad, and I agree with that, but we have to use jobs or see jobs as a stepping stone to something else. And too many times people get comfortable with the false security that a job brings and that steady paycheck that a job brings every week, every 2 weeks, every however, for showing up and trading time for money. It gets people stuck in this cycle of continuously trading time for money and thinking that they have actually achieved some form of security when in fact that's not the case. So let me talk about health. Let's shift back to healthcare for a second. The boring topic of health insurance that no one wants to talk about. No one will argue that the healthcare is a trillion-dollar, multi-trillion-dollar industry, right? And when you stop and ask yourself, what's the most expensive bill or expense that I have in my household other than my mortgage, other than the cost of the roof over my head, right? Most of the time, if you have healthcare, if you can afford healthcare, that's probably the number two. So for me, when I watch and help people navigate the marketplace, trying to find a plan that makes sense, which sometimes can be difficult, right? But when I say makes sense, gives people the options that they're looking for, from the premiums they want to pay to the doctors they want to see to the network restrictions, all of these things that come with insurance, right? There's opportunities that I've taken advantage of to learn about the pain points, the things that people really want that insurance isn't giving them. And what I found is that there's other alternatives, there's other solutions that some people are willing to take advantage of. A lot of people that complain about the negatives that insurance has when it comes to the health insurance specifically, those folks sometimes aren't even willing to take advantage of the solution that they're asking for, that they're praying for, that they're wishing for. So it's refreshing to run into somebody that is willing to take advantage and has people that they're actually looking to help. So if you're working on something and maybe it seems like you're doing it and no one's really seeing it, just keep on doing it, knowing that the people that you're looking to serve are out there, and you're going to run across those people and they're going to be grateful that you shared the solution. So just imagine a business that's looking to cover 15 employees, and this has been years that they've been going through looking for group coverage in the marketplace and haven't been able to find anything. So out of their pocket, the business's pocket, they've been paying anywhere from 250 to 450 a month to help employees, just sort of like a stipend, extra cash to help them get coverage. Well, what happens is that money gets taxed. So when you pay the employee to go get health coverage and that money gets taxed, they now have less money to go ahead and purchase this health insurance that they need. So there's solutions that can avoid the taxes. There's solutions that can avoid the high premiums. But if no one ever shares the solution with you, then you might think that the only solution is to not have insurance or to pay for high priced insurance. And that's where me having a conversation outside of work randomly with somebody at an ice cream shop on Saturday led me to finding out that there's this company that needs this solution. And I had a conversation earlier today with the decision maker, and he was so excited about the possibilities of what he's able to do now for the employees that they've been trying to help for so long. So my question really to you as you're watching is, what are you doing every day at your job? And how can you transform whatever it is that you're doing at your job to help people outside of your job? Because I know that the focus is, I need to be on my job. I'm committed to the job so that I can get this paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, every month, however often that paycheck comes in. But your time is probably arguably the most valuable asset that you have. And if you're spending so much of it at the job and making sure that you're servicing whoever you're servicing to get that paycheck, God forbid if that job isn't there tomorrow and you can't get back all the time, if it's a year, if it's a month, if it's 2 years that you've invested in that job, what can you take away from it and apply in the next situation that you're blessed with, and use that to compound and continue to serve more people? That's what I want a lot of people to kind of focus on. That's what I want you to focus on, because there's a lot of people that I see that are just going through life not focused on the actual activities that they're doing and who they are becoming as they are doing them, right? I enjoy serving people. So when I'm helping people with healthcare, for example, at work, at my 9 to 5, that's my job. And it doesn't bother me to have a conversation, just like we're having a conversation about this event. I'll have a conversation for 30 minutes to an hour about healthcare and navigating and helping people find options and understand definitions of deductible, co-payment, co-insurance, all of these things that no one wants to talk about. I've done so much that it's like I don't have to think about it when I'm having a conversation with somebody who has no clue what all these terms mean. But I know that I can help them get from a point of no understanding to a point of understanding to where they feel empowered to make decisions about their healthcare needs when that time comes. If they take advantage of the opportunity as we have the conversation, it's a win-win for everybody, because I get better the more I get to share. And hopefully that person again is receiving the information that empowers them to make any kind of healthcare decisions that they need to make. So I'm going to just wrap up this live today with the point again is, as you're working your job, as you're putting in those hours, as you're helping, serving, doing whatever task it is that you may be doing to help the whole machine go, who are you becoming, right? What characteristics are you improving? What skill sets are you developing or are you picking up? These are things that I think are important, and you should ask, because your time is valuable, right? And if you're going to put 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 or even 7 for some people, right? Think about yourself and how much you're giving to yourself. If you're willing to give that much and commit that much to your job, let's take some time and commit to ourselves. Let's take some time and commit to our own goals, whatever it is that may be. And if you haven't sat down to think about it, then I encourage you, take some time. Take some time for you, just get away from the noise and the distractions and sit back. And I heard it makes a difference if you close your eyes so you don't see anything, right? Why do you close your eyes? So that you're not distracted by things around in sight, and you're just thinking and seeing what your mind really wants. If you had $1,000,000 today, right? If you were given a check for $1,000,000 and they said, hey, you don't have to go to work anymore. Obviously, you have $1,000,000. You're not going to work because you're committed to get that paycheck. You have $1,000,000. What would you do? Right? If finances weren't an issue, what would you do with the time? What would you do with the opportunity that you have 24 hours a day to not have to go to your job, to make money, to pay bills because you have a check for $1,000,000 and you have time? These are the things that I think most people neglect to do and go through life busy, just working. I don't want that for you. I want you to really identify what you want and put in the time that's necessary to get it, because I want to see you winning. I want to win. So I've definitely sat back, thought about what I want to do, and I'm doing it. I'm excited to be able to help as much as I can and share resources, things that are working for me, things that may work for you. But it starts with communication. It starts with understanding what you want to do, communicating what you want to do, connecting with people that are like-minded and are looking to do the same thing, and everybody learning, growing, and moving forward together. So I appreciate you for jumping on. I appreciate you. Feel free to share this message with somebody that could use it. Share this message with somebody that's looking to grow. Share this message with somebody that you just want to put some positive in their life and in their day. And if I can help in any way, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to put some resources in front of you that will help you get closer to the destination where you're headed. Until the next video, peace.